I strongly suggest you take today's class very seriously. If you learned this before and you're just a little bit sure, not very sure, I'm going to strongly suggest you, let's make it clear today. Okay? I really want to explain this one because you know what? With my explanation, I think everybody should understand what is factor. Okay? So like I said, for so many times, factors are like Lego pieces. Okay? So if you are ever familiar with my Lego piece, you know that if I give you a block, a rectangular or a square, a cube, they could be made up by 4 pieces, correct? Violet, 对不对？把它拼起来，4个一样的拼起来就变成一个长方体或者正方体了，对不对？ So all of you know that it is rectangular prism or square, a cube, a cube, sorry, it's not square, it's not squareism, it's cube, right? 对不对 Serena, understand? A fake student. Okay, so think about it. Our number is actually the same as Lego pieces. So for instance, I have a number 4. So number 4 is made up by 1, 2, and 4. Why? Because 1 equals 2 to the power 0, and 4 equals 2 to the power 1, and 4 equals 2 to the power 2. Get it? So factor 2 is actually the main thing for the number 4. Why? Because 4 equals 2 squared. Okay, so we have learned the prime number before, correct, everybody? We have learned the prime number before. And we talk about the prime number, we know that prime number is kind of like the Lego piece. So Lego sometimes have square piece, sometimes have rectangle piece, sometimes have round piece, and sometimes having triangular piece, correct? So prime number, so we can say, some people said, okay, 4 also equals 1 times 4. Why you said 4 equals 2 squared, or we say 4 equals 2 times 2, is because Oliver and Daniel, this is very important. 2 is what? 2 is a prime number. Okay, so 1 times 4 is almost like you're talking about the basis is you're talking about 2 Lego pieces putting together. It's not a single piece. It's not the base piece. Basic piece is already 2 pieces combined together. Understood? Okay, so when we're talking about the base or we're talking about the basic piece, we're talking about the prime number. Okay, so you see 4 equals 2 squared. That means in order to make 4, you can only use the basic piece is 2. So we can use the factors only we're not using any 2, use 1, 2, or use 2, 2. So that's why we have 1, 2, and 4. So far, do you understand right now? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at 8. 8 equals what? 2 times 2 times 2. Of course, Violet said, and a real teacher said, it could be 1 times 8, 2 times 4. Why we have to be 2 times 2 times 2? Because only 2 is a what? Prime number, correct? So let's see. So 8 equals 2 to the power 3. Immediately, I know 8 has how many factors? 4 factors, right? Because I can use 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. So that's why it's 1, 2, 4, and 8. Get it? A fake student? Okay, so now let's take a look at this one. So if we see 16, 16 has how many factors? Because 16 equals 2 to the power 4. So in order to find out the factor of 16, it's either 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3, 2 to the 4. So that's why it's 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. So that's why it's 4 plus 1 equals 5. Get it? So a lot of students ask me why it is 4 plus 1, because this one is coming from where? 2 to the power 0. We can always choose only 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, or not to choose any 2. So not to choose any 2 instead of equals 0 is actually equals 1. So 1 is every number's factor. Okay, I want you to take a note right now. I think it's going to be. Okay, so everybody, if you understand this one, I'm going to just move forward, okay? So for instance, we have 9, Violet, right? So 9 equals what? Equals 3 times 3, also equals 3 squared. So very easy. How many factors does 9 have? Could you please tell me? Hello? Yes, very good, because it's 2 plus 1 equals 3. Why? It's either 3 to the 0, 3 to the 1, 3 to the 2. 哎呀，你们两个人吵死了！不许在外面打架啊！
到底坏了。
没有，我们把 Bagel 和 Goldie 分开关，因为他们两个人在吃骨头嘛。然后如果两个人一起吃的话，要打起来了。然后分开，然后吃完了以后，两个人要好的不行，隔着一个窗户。就我们家那个门是透明的嘛，就是花玻璃，然后两个人就互相就要在一起。奇怪的狗。OK 哈，Very good. So because it's 3 to the 0 is 1, 3 to the 1 is 3, and 3 to the power 2 is 9. Understand? A fake student? Okay, we have a fake student, a fake bear, and 3 carry law, and no name. Okay, so that is the best combination of
Not the no name. I am a this.
Huh? Okay.
Elaine's going to.
Elaine 来了，Elaine 来了。Elaine 你去哪里了呀？你是不是跟我们家狗一样的？我们家狗今天早上跑丢了，跑丢了以后，我们Yeah,
Is it Goldie or Bagel? Is it Goldie or Bagel?
Bagel 带着 Goldie 出去了，然后 Bagel 自己回来了，Goldie 迷路了，然后没回来。Okay,
Is
so
Goldie
everybody,
still here?
yeah, Goldie, no, they're gone. Okay, so everybody,
Goldie's gone.
So we have learned this one, right? So we are just focused on numbers that only have one base factors. For instance, 2. For instance, 3, right? So for instance, we have 25 equals 5 times 5, which is 5 squared. So how many factors we have? 3, because it's 5 to the power 0, 5 to the power 1, and 5 to the square, right? So equals 1, 5, and 25. So this 25 number only have 1, 2, 3, 3 factors. Okay, Elaine, you're late, but don't worry about it. We just started, okay? But that's impossible that all the numbers in this world is only coming with one base number, right? For instance, 6 is a number equals 2 times 3. I'm just going to quickly explain why 6 is not equals 1 to 6 to Elaine, okay? Because 1 and 6 is not prime number. Understand, Elaine? So when we are doing this one, we're only talking about the basic number. It's always just talking about the prime number, okay? Because prime number cannot be split anymore. So 1 cannot be split here, but 6 can be split as 2 times 3. Get it? 2 and 3 cannot be split anymore. So that's why we're talking about the prime number only. So let's take a look at this one. So fake student, 6 is a combination of having the base number of 2 and 3. So how do we do it? So we talk about 2 first. 2 to the power 1, we can have what? 2 to the power 0 and 2 to the power 1, correct? So how many possibility for 2? 2. So 3 is the power 1. So how many possibility of 3 there? So 3, 0 and 3, 1. So let's take a look at this one. So how many factors are there? So we're not going to putting them together because 2 to the power 0 is 1, 2 to the power 2 is 2. And this is 1, this is 3. So everybody take a look at this one. I'm going to using the different color. So 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 times 3 equals 3. 2 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 3 equals 6. So you see, 6 exactly have 1, 2, 3, 6. 4 factors. Understand, everybody? So that's why we get 2 times 2 equals 4, because it's 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1. That's the same thing. Here is 2 plus 1. And we have to understand this one comes where? This one is exactly coming from the power 0. Get it, everybody? I think this time I explained it really well, right? Really, really well. Okay, so let's try this one. So let's see, 24. So 24, first we need to write it as what? Is 2 times 2 times 2. No, you know what? I'm going to make it a little bit easier first, okay? So 12. 12 equals what? 2 times 2 times 3, right? So I can rewrite it as 2 to the power 2 times 3 to the power 1. So where do we come from? So we just look at the 2 first. So we have 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, and 2 to the power 2. And 3, we have what? 3 to the power 0 and 3 to the power 1, correct? So now 2 to the power 0 equals 1, 2, and 4. 3 to the power 0 equals 1 and 3. Sorry.
Bless you.
Okay, thank you. So how many factors we have? 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 3, 3. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 3, 6. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 3, 12. So the answer is 6 factors. So how do we do it? 2 has power 2, so it's 2 plus 1, because don't forget 2 could have power 0 as well. And 3 has 1, so 1 plus 1 equals 2. So 3 times 2 equals 6. Exactly what we have here. Understood? Okay, so very easy. I'm going to just ask you to practice this one, okay? So how about 48 has how many factors? 36 has how many factors? And 120 has how many factors? And last but not least, 480 has how many factors? Okay, so don't list them anymore and try to using the short division. So 48 has how many prime factors? So 2, 24, 2, 12, 2, 6, 2, 3. So 48 equals what? Equals 2 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3 to the power 1. Okay, I'm already helping you. So question 1, 2, 3, 4. Your turn.
Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
can you go to the washroom?
Yeah, of course.
Is this a times?
Pardon me?
Is it this times that, or is it that plus that?
Times, yes, times.
Okay.
Did we send it in the chat?
Please.
Oh, I did it on my paper. Wow. Mhm. Wait, how do we do how do we type in the like power, like the little number?
你不用告诉我，你只要告诉我有多少个答案，有几个 factor 就行了，你不用告诉我过程 Violet. So you don't have to, yeah. So just for instance, 48 has how many factors? So you know 2 to the power 4 has how many? So there's
Like-
5 options, right? So 5 times 2, because this one is like that, so equals 10. So this answer is 10. You don't have to give me this one.
What? Where does the 5 come from?
Yeah, so 2 to the power 4, Violet, 2 to the power 4. So because 48 equals 2 to the power 4 times 3 to the power 1, right? So how many possibility for 2? There is a 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, and 2, 4, right? You can make 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16 out of 2 to the power 4. So how many numbers are there? 5 numbers. 5 factors will be created. So 3 is 0 or 3, 1. So how many factors will be created from 3, 1 is 2. So that's why you see. So there are 10, 5 times 2. So that's why it's 10. 去看一下前面的笔记. If you don't understand this part, that means the earlier part you don't understand.
I can't write all of this.
You don't have to write all of this, is you need to understand why these 5 comes from. Violet, I'm going to explain it to you again, specifically, so you need to focus. So think about it, because 2 to the power 4 could make 5 factors, right? And 3 to the power 1 could make 2. Why? Because usually people think there are only 4 or 1 could be created, but actually it's 5 and 2. Why? Because we could choose none factor of 2. So 2 to the power 0 instead of equals 0 is actually equals what?
1.
Yes. So that's why there are actually 1, 2, 4, 8, 10 has been created, right? So, but the thing is 48 is not only made up from 2 to the power 4, it's made up 2 and 3 together. So you need to combine these two base factors together. So 1 times 1 equals 1, 1 times 3 equals 3, 2 times 1 equals 2, 2 times 3 equals 6, 4 times 1 equals 4, 4 times 3 equals 12, 8 times 1 equals 8, 8 times 3 equals 24, and 10 times 1 equals 10, and 10 times 3 equals 30. Oh, sorry, this is 16, 16 and 48. So that's why they are all together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we understand this method. We don't really need to list all of them. All you need to do is just this power plus 1. You know, this 2 to the power 4 could make possible 5 factors, correct, Violet? And 3 to the 1 could make 1 plus 1 equals 2 possible factors. And all you need to do is just to time them together, so you get 10. Understand, Violet?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to start to explain. Most of the kids know how to do it and finished it, right? The fake student, we have seen 36 over 2, so 18, 2, 9, and 3, and 3. So 36 equals 2 to the power 2 times 3 to the power 2, right? So we know that this number could possibly make 2 plus 1 base factors. And this number could possibly make 2 plus 1, 3 base factors. So 3 times 3 equals 9. Get it? Does everybody get it right? Hmm? Yes? Okay, very good. So everybody remember, because they are times, it's not plus. Why some people ask me why it's not plus? Because you know what? You needed 2 power 4 times 3 power 1 to make the number. You need to time them to make a number. So when we're making the factors, it's also times. Pang, just a moving back. Oh. 现在这边忘了弄啊。OK，
但是有点难。
对呀。So 120 divided by 2 equals 60, divided by 2 equals 30, divided by 2 equals 15, divided by 3 equals 5. So this is the first time we ever had 3 basic factors. Violet, understand? We have 2, we have 3, we have 5, but don't worry about it, just to put them and sort them up, okay? So 2 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 1 and times 5 to the power 1. So how do we do it? Very easy, because there is 2 power 3, so we have 3 plus 1 and 3 to the power 1, 1 plus 1, and 5 to the power 1, 1 plus 1. So the answer is 4 times 2 times 2 equals 16. Okay, so Serena, your problem is you always plus them together, correct? So 4 plus 2 will become 8. No, it's always times. Remember, because all the numbers is using the times to connect it all the factors. So when you are calculating the factor numbers, it's also times as well. Okay, last but not least.
It's because when we're doing the times part, I did times, but I forgot to add the number at the very bottom.
Okay, okay, got it. So now do you understand? Okay, so we do this one. So this time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 to the power 5 and 3 to the power 1 and 5 to the power 1. So it's 5 plus 1, 1 plus 1, and 1 plus 1. So the answer is 60 times 6 times 2 times 2. So it's 24. Okay, so I'm going to just move back forwards and let you just take a look at these ones. I'm going to just give you the sample here, and just to give you another set of the number. Okay, we have to practice well enough, then we can move forward. So 72, 98, 150, 350, 1,000, and 10,000. Okay, everybody, your turn.
Mary, is it the the number that it's like, oh my god, I don't know. The for the bracket like plus and then times, is it like the wait,
你写下来，你写下来问我。
is it like this one, and then so if it's 2 plus 1, it's the oh my god, I don't know. It's
你把那个写下来，老师教你。
the is it the like here and then plus something, or is it here plus something?
Fake student, you got it. Very good. Okay, so for the student who got it, I give you an extra question to think about it, okay? We're having the brainstorm. If you take a look at all the numbers you written down, compare, like including the first 5 questions, like we did it earlier, like 5 minutes ago. I want you to focus on the even and odd part, okay? You focused on not the number itself, the answers. What kind of number will give you the number of factor as an even number? What kind of number will give you the number of the factors as an odd? And obviously, if you take a look at this one, most of the number of the factors of a number is odd or even. That is something I want you to think about it, okay? So this is very important.
Did we send you the answer in the chat to that question?
Please. Yes, please.
I typed too long.
Very good. Thank you, fake bear. Okay, though you are a fake bear, and I think you have a very good
Wait,
friend.
Carrie,
Mhm.
my iPad was lagging.
哦，OK，那怎么办？叫你妈给你买个新的，叫妈妈给你买个新的。
I want to keep my own one, or else I will lose all my games.
OK，那个叫
I'm
什么？
almost done.
那个叫什么？Daniel 跟他妈妈说，妈妈，那个 Carrie 老师说的要买个新的，不是我要买个新
Carrie 老
的。
师说，Carrie 会给我买一个新的。
哇，你可真聪明呀！OK， 好。
And then Carrie has to buy him a new iPad.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one, 72. 2, 36, 2, 18, 2, 9, and 3, 3, right, Violet? So take a look at this one. So we have 2 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 2. So all we need to do just to look at this little tiny thing, right? As long as you have the base as a prime number. So we have 3, 3 plus 1 because they're 2 to the power 1, 2, 3, and 2 to the power 0 times 2 to the power 1. So, sorry, 2 plus 1, so equals 4 times 3 equals 12 factors. Okay, so let's take a look at number 2. So 98. So 2, 49, 7, and 7. So this one's very different. So 2 to the power 1 times 7 to the power 2. So equals what? Equals 1 plus 1, because there's only 1, and 2 plus 1. So the answer is 6 factors. Okay, so 150 divided by 2, 75, 5, 15, and 3, and 5. So it's 2 to the power 2 to the power 1 times 3 to the power 1 times 5 to the power 2. So the answer is 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, and 2 plus 1 equals 2 times 2 times 3 equals 12 factors. Okay, so I'm not going to do the 350. So basically that's the same thing. So the answer is 12 factors as well. And I'm going to just look at number, yeah. Number 5 will be how many factors? 16. I'm going to focus on number 10, okay? So 10 equals 10,000. So 10,000 equals what? 2, 5,000, 2, 2,500, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 0, 2, 6, 25, 5, 1, 2, 5, 5, 25, and 5, 5. Okay, so if you take a look at this one equals 2 to the power 4 times 5 to the power 4. So how many factors are there? It's 4 plus 1 times 4 plus 1 equals 25. So, okay, so let's focus on the question. I gave it to you to think about it. Elaine actually sent it to me. And let me see. No, fake student, you're right. The most of answers are even, very good, okay? Actually, most of the time, and your explanation is very good. You said, because most of the time, the factors are in pair. For instance, we have 6, it's 1, 6, and 2, 3. We have 14, it's 1, 14, and 2, 7. Very good. That's why usually the number of factors are even number. But there are some specific factor number, they are odd. For instance, we have 10,000, and we also have what? The earlier question, 36, we have 9. Okay, and if you take a look at this one, you tell me 25, 36, 49, 100, 121, 144. Could you please tell me what is the number of the factor of these numbers?
Can I?
Yeah, all of you, just to send me the answer.
we find how many factors or if it's odd or even?
No, find the factor of the number of the factors.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody I have received, so 3939315. Okay, very good. So why? Because all of them are perfect square number, correct? So let's take a look at this one. Why a perfect square number is having the odd number of the factor numbers. So everybody, this is how we learn math. Okay, we always ask myself, why and how, and you solve it yourself. The more you did this, the more you don't need me. Okay, then your mom can stop paying me, and then you can use all the money to buy a new iPad. Dun dun, Daniel. Okay, right? But the thing is, really, like,
Really bad idea.
so let's take a look at this one. Okay, so see, we're just using 4 as example. So we have 1, 4, Serena, 2, 2, right? But 2, 2, they're the same. We only can count as 1 time. So that's why 1, 4, 2, 3, 3 factors. And let's see, 9, 1, 9, and 3, 3. Yes, because most of them are the same. So the last set is same, so we can only count as 1. So that's why the number is always just odd. Correct? Understand? They're still in paired, but just the last pair, they're the same. Understood, everybody? Okay, 我觉得应该这个学得很扎实了啊。Okay, so now let's move forward. I want to know 4 has how many odd factors? Okay, so this is not saying, of course, I know 4 is a square number. Of course, 4 will have the odd number of the factors, but I want to know how many odd factors does 4 have? What does it mean? 4 has 1, 2, and 4. So how many odd factors does 4 have? 1. Very good. And because we know 4 has 3 factors, so if the question asks you how many even factors does 4 have, it's 3 minus 1 equals 2. Very good. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So let's do number 8 has how many odd factors? And number 24 has how many odd factors? And number 30 has how many odd factors? Okay, let's just do it. Okay, very good. So this one's very easy. So we could have what? 1, 8, 2, 4, right? So I know it's 1 and 1, 24, 2, 12, and 3, 8, and 4, 6. I know there are only 2. And 30, 1, 30, 2, 15, 3, 10, and 5, 6. We have 1, 3, 5, 15. So there are 4. Okay, so everybody said, okay, that's pretty easy. I know how to do it. But what if I give you the question is 10,000 has how many odd factors? Okay, so Violet said, 啊，那老师我要做到明天呢 because it's going to be list forever, right? Okay, so at this moment, you know that as your very beloved math teacher, I'm not going to torture you, right? But the thing is, a lot of people think I am, but no, I'm just teaching you the best way of doing that, right? Okay, so like 10,000, if in your school, your teacher asks you, how many factors does 10,000 have? The most of your classmates probably think your teacher is torturing you, but you already come up with the answer 25 because you know how to do it quicker and how to, there must be a method, right? So the thing I'm teaching you for all of you is not only math. I want you to understand. It's because you know everything in this world, when it looks like very hard, it's actually don't have to be hard. Okay, everybody, it's not necessary to be hard. There's always a method to solve the hard problem with a little bit quicker or better way. And all you need to do is just to like being a very, you know what, a kind of, you know, a solid and a persistent and how to say, a stubborn person. Okay, you never gave up. You try because even for the best method, you still need to learn and you need to know how to use it. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So we have 10,000 has how many odd numbers? So in order to solve this, I want to ask you a very simple question. We're still using 4 as example. Okay, this is my method. When I'm looking at something hard and I don't even know how to do it, how do I start it? I started with something I know. I started with something I know and I find the way and I find the conclusion. Then I apply on another, a little bit harder number. And if that method is working, and I used it on the hardest number. So let's see, 4. 4 we know is very easy, 1, 2, and 4, right? So 2 equals what? We started with the method before, we learned it, 4 equals 2 power 2. So power 1 equals what? 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, and 2 to the power 2. If you take a look at this one, so 2 has 2 times 1. 4 equals 2 times 2, and 1 equals 1 times 1. Okay, I'm using another number, 8. 8 equals 2 to the power 3. And they have 1, 2, 4, 8. And we know 8 only have one factors, it's 1 times 1, 2 times 1, and 2 times 2, and 2 times 2 times 2. Sorry. Okay, so if you notice that any factors, Serena, if they have the factor of 2, makes what? Makes it even, right? So think about it. I have a factor of 3. In the moment I times 2, it became a 6. It became an even number. Even I have a 15. As long as I times 2, it became a 30. So that means if for a number, I take out the even number, whatever has left is the odd number. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. For instance, I have 4. So 4 equals what? Equals 2 times 2, correct? Okay, and 8 equals what? 8 equals 2 times 2 squared. Correct, everybody? Do you understand this part? Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you is, if you take a look at this one. So this is 2 to the power 1. So 1 plus 1 equals what? Equals 2. So that is the number of the even factor. So what is the number of the odd factor? 3 minus 2 equals 1. Get it? So this one, 2 to the power square. So how many even factors I have? 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this is the even factors number. And because 8 has altogether 4 factors, so 4 minus 3 equals 1. So yes, 8 only have 1 factors. So let's just move back to the earlier page. Let's see, 24. So 24 equals what, everybody? Equals 2 times 12, which is 2 times 2 to the power square times 3 to the power 1. Correct, everybody? Okay, so how many factors does 24 has? We have learned it before. Equals 2 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 1, right? So the number of 24 factor have is 3 plus 1 times 1 plus 1, so equals 8. And how many even factors does 24 have? We only look at this part. It's 2 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 equals 3 times 2 equals 6. So how many odd factors does they have? 8 minus 6 equals 2. So we get the answer. Get it? Fake bear 去哪里了？去厕所了。
I'm still here.
Okay, 我看不到你的脸了。Okay, so let's see 30. So 30 equals what? Equals 2 times 3 times 5. So we know the total factor 3 have is 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 equals 8. So how many even factors does he have? So I don't want 2 anymore. I only want this one. It's 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 equals 4. So how many odd have is 8 minus 4 equals 4. Okay, I'm going to stop here and let you take some notes and think about it. If you don't understand part of them, you can just stop me and ask me, okay? So I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to yell. I'm going to ask a Pain or my husband and bring down a cup because I don't have any water to drink. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm done. Okay, Mama, another page. Thank you, Pain.
Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
how come this part over here
Mm-hmm.
would go to like this part?
Oh, because that's the same thing. So we need to calculate the number of the even product. So we just to think about it like, oh, thank you. So the power 3 to the power 1, we could have what? 3 to the power 0 or 3 to the power 1, right? So remember, when we only have a factor of 1, they actually could split 2 because 3 equals 1 and 3. So 9 equals 1, 3, 9. And 27 equals 1, 3, 9, and 27. So that's why. So the power of 1 is always equals, actually calculated, the factor number is always 2 because it's 1 plus 1. And this 2 became 2 plus 1. That's the same thing. So all the things is applied to the same, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so everybody, I hope you all understand and took the notes already. And since nobody except the real student asked me the questions, I guess all of you understood already. So I'm going to just ask you to do the half questions, okay? On the left side, please calculate the number of even factors. And the right side, please calculate the number of odd factors. I know it sounds very torturing, but yeah, that's me, okay? Okay, so 48, 39, yes, 140, 280, and 225. This one, 8, 250, 320, 960, and 1000. Okay, so 5 questions each. I think after today's like 今天的这个课上完以后，这些题目对你们来讲应该都不是问题了，对不对？ Daniel understood? To thoroughly understand.
My thing is lagging again.
Okay, 呀，要买个新的，对，还是这个问题。等下我就跟你妈妈说。
I can fix it. My friend taught me how to. He's really good at tech.
Okay.
Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
when you were finding the even and odd factors, you did like, for example, like you would go like 2 and then bracket and then
Yes,
something power.
because we need to take the factor 2 out. The factor 2, you times anything, you make this number become an even. That's why I want to take the 2 out. So whatever inside the bracket will be the number of the even factors. And you know the total, we have practiced the total number of the factors, right? So
Yes.
that's why the total minus even, what's left? Odd.
Then, for example, for 48, I
Mhm.
got that there's 10 factors.
All together has 10 factors.
Yeah. Then how do I find the even and odd out of 10?
Yeah, so for instance, you need to take out, because 48 equals what? Equals 2 times 24, right? So by taking this factor 2 out, the 24 left will be the number of the even factors, which will be among this 48 numbers. So 24 equals what? Equals 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, right? So equals 2 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 1. So how many factors of 24 is 4 times 2 equals 8. So this 8 will be all the even factors of 48. So 10 minus 8 equals 2 will be the odd factors of 48.
Oh,
So
okay.
because for the left side, Serena, we only ask you to calculate the even factors. So do we have to do this part? We don't have to. All we need to do is just using 2 times 24 and calculate the 24 has how many factors. And that is the number of the even factors. Only when we calculate the odd, you need to find the total and minus the even, you get the odd.
Okay.
Because it's impossible for us to directly find the odd numbers.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start to explain it for you, and I have just, while I'm waiting for you, I've prepared the homework for all of you as well, okay? So, and you know what, this week I'm going to give you the homework, so just basically the thing we learned here, but for everybody, I give you a question, you think about it, okay? So this question, I don't want you to ask your parents to help you, because that means and I don't want you to search or whatever. You just try to, using all the things we're learning today, and find out, maybe you can find out the answer yourself. Okay, so this question, because the answer is 8, I'm not going to explain anymore. So 39, it's a what? It's equals, it's an odd number, right? And if you think about it, it's actually equals 1 times 3 times 13. That this one had any even factors at all? No, because it needs a 2 times what, and inside what is the number of even factors? Does 39 could equals to 2 times what? No. So now I want you to come up with a conclusion. What is a conclusion? Odd number never had even factors. Correct? So when we look at 225, no, 老师，这是没有答案的。你可以 save all your time and just wandering around and just to pretend that, oh, I know everything. But you know everything, correct? Because 39 and 225, they're odd number. Odd number can never written as 2 times whatever. So the whatever is a number of even factors. But if we cannot written as 2 times whatever, that means this number never had any even factors. All the number that have it is an odd factors. Get it? Get it, everybody? So that's pretty easy, right? Correct? Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Okay, 140. So 140 equals 2 times 70. So all we need to do is find out how many factors does 70 have. So very easy. 2 times 5 times 7. So the power is 111. So it's 2 times 2 times 2. So equals 8. So 280 equals 2 times 140. So 140, I know it's even easier because we have 70 here. 70 equals 2 to the 5 to the 7. So 140 equals 2 squared times 5 times 7. So the answer is 3 times 2 times 2 equals 12. Get it? Okay, so even is pretty easy. So let's take a look at odd. Okay, odd will be a teensy bit hard because when we have the odd, the process is step 1, total factor, number of factors, and step 2, even factor, the number of even factors, and next one is total minus even. Correct? That's a step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, that is something I want you to remember in your brain is not every single question, but think about it. What is the process? Okay, if you remember the process, and when you have a question, you totally forgot how to do it, all you need to do is to remind yourself with the process. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So the total factor does 8 have? Because 8 equals 2 to the power 3. So that's why equals what? 3 plus 1 equals 4 factors. So 8 has how many even factors? 2 times 4. So we need to times 4 equals how many factors? So 4 has 2 to the power square, so equals 3 factors. So how many odd factors? 4 minus 3 equals 1. Okay, so some students say, 老师啊，这个 8嘛，我不用算了呀，1、8、2、4啊，所以干嘛像你这么麻烦？ Of course, when we're having the smaller number, you could using this way to calculate it, no problem at all. But the thing is we're learning, right? You want to emphasize yourself with step 1, step 2, step 3. Then when you have the bigger number, you still know how to do it. So that is a learning process. You work on the simple and easy. You're using the hard way on easy number to practice. Then when you see the hard number, you know how to do it. If you're using easy way on easy number, how could you manage the harder numbers? Understand? because you don't know how to use it in the hard way. So let's take a look at the 250. So 250 equals 5 times 5 times 2 times 5. So which is 2 times 5 to the power 3. So we know the total number of factor equals 2 times 4 equals 8. So what is the total even? So even number equals 3 plus 1 equals 4. Why? Because 2 times 5 power 3, right? So the odd number will be 8 minus 4 equals 4. Okay, so 320, that's the same thing. 320 over 2, 160. So 280, 240, 220, 210, and 25. So 320 equals 2 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 5 to the power 1. So the total factor will be 7 times 2 equals 14. So how many even are there? So equals 2 times 2 to the power 5 times 5 to the power 1. So what is the even number? Equals 5 plus 1 times 1 plus 1. So equals 12. So how many odd factors are there? 14 minus 12 equals 2. Understood, everybody?
So
Okay, so that's basically the same thing. Okay, so now before we still have 10 minutes, so we are going to do the what? The calculation.
Relation.
Yes, okay. So
For
everybody-
co-host this week or for co-host this week for 5 minutes or so?
yeah, so you can just relax yourself for 5 minutes. All right. Okay, so everybody, 5 minutes. You get the paper and pencil. Everybody, 1, 2, go.
Harry,
Yes?
the screen is lagging again.
Okay.
Oh, there's no Wi-Fi. Okay, I didn't do the Wi-Fi. There, it's better.
2 minutes left.
Done.
Okay, good job, Fake Bear.
I'm done.
Okay, good
Oh,
job.
Kate, I think I might have to leave early because I have basketball class.
Okay, 3 seconds left. Okay, so 3,
Harry, I
2.
gotta leave, I think.
Okay, bye. Bye, Daniel.
But let me check first.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one, okay? So everybody, this question should be easier than the before, but the thing is we have some weird questions here, right, everybody? So for instance, we have those ones and we have those ones and we have those ones. Okay, so those questions are a little bit harder than before. So let's take a look at this one. So in order to get 48 and we have a 15 here, so you know that here is plus, right? 15 plus 15 equals 30, 30 plus 18 plus 50, 48. And we have this
I
one.
only did 22.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So 12, what 21 equals what? So the easier way. So let me just to show you, when we do this one, there's always an easy way. The easy way is what? You put a plus here, right? So equal 33, so it's 47, right? But if you want to make yourself a miserable life, everybody, you can have a what? Okay, you put a divide here.
Divide.
You put a divide here, right? So 12 over 21 equals what? Equals 3 over 7. So it's 4.
No, it equals 4 over 7.
Sorry, 4 over 7. Sorry, yeah. 4
So
over,
you have to do like,
yeah, fraction, right? And also you can even make it harder. So 12 times 21, right? So that's going to be 12. You need to calculate 12. No, so yeah. So 252 plus 14 equals 266. Okay. So for those questions, there's no final answers actually. So all of you need, you could just do your own. But this one is divide, right? This one there's nothing. So minus, and this one is 24, and this one is 2, so it's 48. So these ones nothing harder or very different. Okay.
I don't think anyone would want a miserable life though.
Hello, Bagel。Bagel 要我摸它，哎呀，Bagel 你要我摸你能不能稍微温柔一点？真是我的手都，你看啊，你看 Bagel，你看 Bagel，看到了吧？你看看到了吧？你看，那看到吧？看到吧？那他就这样，他的意思就是摸我，你看啊，我摸他他就高兴。Bagel，那慢慢摸。
Bagel a good dog.
Bagel is very good dog, but Bagel is a little bit wild. Sometimes she wants to go out and just run as fast as she can. So she really run fast. But Bagel is smart, right? Bagel knows this territory, this area. So she go out, she know how to back. So Goldie is always go out and she know how to go back. But today, because Goldie is going away with Bagel for too far. So Bagel come back by herself. Goldie was like lost his way. So Goldie, so Pang and Pang Pang's dad is going out and looking for it. Yeah. So, but see, look at Goldie. Did you see Goldie?
Goldie in the house.
有没有看到 Goldie? Goldie 在那儿睡觉，看到吗？看到吗？看到吗？
Yes.
Goldie's back. Yeah.
累死了，Goldie 累死了。
Bagel's behind
Goody
you.
looks
Bagel's
like
behind you.
Bagel now. He doesn't look like a young dog anymore.
Yeah.
Harry,
yeah.
okay.
Goldie,
Where are
Goldie.
your bunnies? Where are the bunnies?
Oh, Bunny 没，Bunny 没了，Bunny 死掉了。Yeah.
Did you tell Ryan?
Yeah.
Can you show?
哦，你看 Bagel， 你看 Goldie， 你看 Goldie。
Can you show us Bagel and Goldie like that, like in the camera?
Oh, they're too heavy. Bagel.
Harry,
Okay, Bagel here.
Harry,
Oh,
I have to leave.
Okay, bye. Have a nice weekend. Bye, everybody. Bye.